doing, I think I did one of these one time, but with a multitude of books. But I would like to do a art book review for you, and last time I think I did a tour of like all the art books that I own. I've gotten a couple since I've made that, but I think over the course of time when I get new art books, I'd like to do like art book reviews for you guys, just to share with you, because you know, you might not know if it will be something you consider purchasing, and then some people not have the money and they want to get a glimpse. I know plenty of people have already reviewed this, but today I'll be reviewing the Art of Loish. I went back and forth with whether or not I wanted to purchase this for a while, because she does post pretty much all of her stuff online, and she does post, this, I mean, this covering is really cool, but look. I wonder if that's just supposed to be temporary. Oh well, anyways, it's still cool, but it is coming apart. It traveled a long way to get here. But anyways, and then I was like, to hell with it, I want some inspiration. All of my art books are in storage right now, like with all my furniture. So I have the comics that I've bought since I've been here, and then I have this art book, and then I took a couple of other art books with me. But I'm going to flip through this with you guys, and it'll be my first impression along with yours. And this is beautiful, obviously very high quality. So she has a front and a back. So, of course, she's so slick with her colors and her layout. This chick knows what she's doing. It's beautiful, hardcover. I love it, and I thought it was reasonably priced for American dollars. It is $34.99. I mean, for a thick book like this, and it's hardcover, I think that's really reasonable, and she's a very popular artist. So I'm going to switch the camera angle now so we can take a look at the inside, and I'm obviously not going to flip through every single page, but we'll just take a dig through what's inside and see what we think of it. Okay, so right off the back, as I said, this cover is beautiful. It is soft and thick, and the amount of detail that she has in her piece and her colors are just very inviting. Obviously, from the corner where she's creatively put her stuff, the hair leads you, as well as the figure leads you to just open the book, and that in and of itself is so creative to me. I totally dig it, and I love this font. I look behind the scenes. She's always been so helpful when it comes to her work that I'm not at all surprised that she has like a lot of tutorials and stuff in here. But she gave all her credits where the credits were due, and then contents, forward, introduction. She did a whole thing on her like artistic journey, her remakes, digital painting. Like, she's got a full, like, she put some time into this. Forward by another artist. There's also, he's got a cute piece in here. Oh, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful piece. This is matte, so this is really nice and light. But the introduction, she's talking about herself and her journey. This is another one of my favorite pieces of hers, just because her color is just so, she just understands color so well, amongst, like, you know, just layout and concept, and just how to, even like with this book, she's just laying everything out so wisely. Alright, her artistic journey is basically how it starts. Her early artwork, wow, she's 1994, 8 years old. She's even going back, like, so she's kind of making almost like informational about herself just as much as she is displaying her artworks, which I think is something new in and of itself. I only have a couple of artist art books, but she's like almost doing like from start to finish, not necessarily a finish, but basically her journey. And I think that ties in with the look behind the scenes. She quite literally means the look behind the scenes at like where she went, 16 years old, early digital work. She's sharing where she had first started, which makes me feel really good. And then you could tell she quickly became really good. I painted with a dark base color, adding lighter colors to create more organic. So she, obviously her anatomy here is not, but it's like, it doesn't matter because she's getting a feel for her painting style. And what I've learned, if I've learned anything in the art industry, is that if you have a style and something is working cohesively, then anatomy and all that other stuff, as long as it works, doesn't really matter. Oh, and she talks about her schoolwork and her animation. That's pretty cool. And then her remakes. I love when she does this. So she basically does the draw this again, and so she had drawn that peach girl before, and it's like, I like that she does this too, because for me, I find this the most inspiring to go back and find old pieces and then just see how far you've come, and like where you go, like even if it's just style, even if it's just artistic decisions and all of that other goodness. Just, I really like the Draw This Again challenge, or even just as a starter when you're not feeling so creative and you don't really know what to do with yourself. But obviously, so here's one, this is her remake right here, and then these two are her remakes over there. This is so badass. This almost looked like me when I had my blonde hair. I wish, but just, God, her lines and her sense of color and just everything is just so beautiful. It's just so pleasant to look at. And this, even like her softer stuff, like this is very loose, the previous stuff, even she's got a grip on just like everything. Behind the scenes, it's really cute. Little look at her workspace, how she sketches regularly. Says that she started drawing multiple things a day. I wish I had the time to do that, but I guess everybody's journey is different, and you know, this is like where her inspiration comes from. Everybody's journey is different, so you can't compare. Like if you don't have the time to draw something every day, like right now I'm really frustrated because I would like to be drawing every day, but I can't do that. And she's kind of showing like where she starts and where she goes. I avoid adding detail or nitpicking at this point and just try to capture the absolute basics of the artwork I have in mind. I find this very interesting because if you've watched her paint, like her process videos that she puts on Vimeo, she will redo stuff in the middle of her painting. So like there'll be several points during her painting where I'm like, all right, that's it, she's done. And then she'll like completely redo an entire section already in the painting. But I guess that happens with any sort of art, wherever you're coming from. But this is a really cool piece, and those are very clean lines. I need to get my line art in order. Which that's a good thing to keep in mind when you're sketching and drawing. Just avoid adding too much detail at that point, especially if you're just painting or nitpicking, and just start your piece. This is like my favorite piece by her. I don't know why, because I love dark things, and then where she does put the color is just the eyes, and just where it's really pointing, choosing colors. Let's see what she says about this, because I love her colors. I basically select the colors that feel right to me, sometimes changing them many times throughout the drawing process. She does do that. It's something that formed by the world around me. She observes color in nature, fashion, artwork. Like this is so beautiful, but obviously like her underpainting, certain color combinations have a lasting impact on me and to recreate them. So she will, obviously where she started to where she got to is completely different. That's cool. Her painting process. She has several videos online of her painting process on her Vimeo, if you want to see that. Lots of client work, and even her client work isn't, but that's so cute. Stylization, semi-realism. Yeah, that is an accurate representation. The main challenge of stylizing my work is choosing which details to include and which to exclude. And I think, in all honesty, that is what makes up everybody's style, is what details you include, how accurate they are, as far as like anatomy goes, how you choose to use your anatomy, and all that other stuff. I think that's where real style comes in. And oh cool, she showed a little process for this. I love these. These are my favorite. But oh my god, this one is awesome. I don't think I've ever seen this before. She has a very rough sketch, and then she just colors it in, and she just went ham on this. She didn't even do much planning. She just was like slap, 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 slap. And I don't have the confidence to do that, but that's great. So you see she's changed this. Look at how many times she changes it. This is completely different than this. And this is completely different than this. And even then, like, she changed it a couple times. So she usually ends up changing like the faces and the colors, which is a very good thing to do. Not a good thing to do, but a very special thing to be able to do with digital art, and what advantage you really have, especially when it comes, like, when you see things when you're already halfway through your piece. This is really beautiful. Everything is so beautiful. Like, you can see, like, obviously her anatomy's not perfect. Like, this is long, neck is way too long, but it's okay. It works. It goes with her composition. It's what she's, you know, just like if this woman put her arms down and her knees are all the way down here, her fingers should stop halfway here, but they're not going to do that. But that's okay. Because she has a style, and compositionally everything works. If you're going to make things out of proportion, they have to be able to work at the very least. Ooh, her traditional stuff. I like her rough sketches. That's awesome. God, everybody's rough sketches always appear so clean to me, and my sketches are just a hot mess. Concept art and storyboards. Oh, I will totally be looking at this section because I need to start creating my own portfolio for this. This is adorable, but I need to start creating my own concept art and storyboards to spruce up my own portfolio. So this is incredibly helpful. Like, she's really sharing pretty much her life's journey of art with us, and like what she's had to learn to do and how she's adapted and how she's done it. I mean, I think this is one of the best art books from a artist, a very popular artist or what have you, that started out on DeviantArt, or, you know, she's one of us. She started out just like anyone else, and she worked her ass off to get where she is. God, these colors, I just want to lick them up. And she's giving us pretty much, she's showing us her heart and soul, from where she started as a child to how she has approached each project and gone through each thing and learned and adapt and say, this is what I do for storyboard. She's really bearing her soul for us and showing us how she does it. And making of this, like, she's really going off, and this is very in-depth. I mean, look at this, all these paragraphs for like how she just does everything. I'm going to look into these because I need to improve my digital artwork and find where I make. But like her breakdown of everything, she's taken such care just for the sketch, and the colors and the texture and the lighting effects, her different kinds of art pieces. And I really appreciate what she's done. And she has a quick tips section on top of it. So it's not just all her pieces, but like, I feel like instead of, not only is this art book a showcase or display of Lois's work, but she's showcasing her work in a way that can only be helpful to her supporters and the people who kickstarted her. And she's not hiding her secret. She's showing, which, you know, like a lot of artists like to do, and I understand that because you don't want people copying you or yanking your style, but she's putting all the cards on the table, and she's specifically doing all this in-depth stuff to help us and show how she's figured things out and how she does things. And she's giving us hair, she's giving us variations on skin tone and hair types, and just hard shadows, blending, strands, like every which way. She has put her heart and soul into this. And then this giant thing. This, I don't think I could rave enough about this. Like, and this is my first look at glance through this just here with you guys. And I mean, normally when you get an art book, you're like, okay, here's all my pieces that I have, and it's basically a book with a print, with a bunch of prints in it. But she's made this book an informative on herself and her journey and, you know, her creation process, and she's just given us all of herself. And I think that she's done an excellent job, and this is honestly, without a doubt, there's no gun held to my head here. I think this is one of the best artist books that I've ever purchased, and I'm glad I did, even though a lot of her stuff is online, because you can just feel the love and heart that she put into here. And she just basically dedicated this whole book to sharing her heart and soul and her artistic journey with us. And I mean, what else could you possibly want? Like, I've always wanted to make an art book, but now everyone else made it seem so easy, and now this sort of art book, like, what, isn't that something you would want to do? Or like, you feel like she really put in the time to care and let us know. And like, she doesn't need, she went another, this is her first art book ever. And I'm prattling on here, I'm sorry, but I'm just taken back and blown away. This is amazing. I mean, we already knew she was an amazing artist, but the work and effort and just the style in which she created this art book, even though I know it's a look behind the scenes, I mean, she gave us way more than a look behind the scenes. This is amazing. I don't know if Lois will ever see this, but Lois, this is an amazing book. Thank you so much for putting the time in here, and it's very clear that you care a lot about your art and your time and sharing it with everybody. Not a lot of people would go to such lengths to share that knowledge and expand and want to teach, and just, which is one of my favorite things. And she's built this, her own community through this, and what a great thing to do. So thank you so much for this art book. It's great whenever I'm feeling down or I need to brush up on stuff. I'm definitely going to be nose diving deep into this. This is amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed this art book review, and I hope I didn't come across as like a crazy head or anything, or I got too technical or whatever the deal was, but I'm always honest. And yeah, I've loved her for a really long time, but this was not what I was expecting, and it went up far above and beyond, and it's just a wonderful art book. So if you get the opportunity to purchase her art book, or you're not following her, please go do it. It's Loish, even though her name I'm pretty sure is Lois. And she has tutorials, step-by-steps. She shares all of that with us all the time if you follow her on any of her mediums. But go check her out. She's incredibly inspiring, incredibly sweet, and just deserves all of her stuff's on the Wacom tablets now on their boxes. It's just so well deserved. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Leave me a comment and a like if you did. Let me know what you think, or other ideas for other art related videos that you'd like to see from me, or if you enjoyed this art book review and you'd like to see more. Because I will not be stopping buying art books, because I love art books, because they're inspiring and I love supporting other artists. But you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.